2022 draft is only months away.
Yep.
So let's start talking about some of the rookies you need to know from a dynasty perspective. We got another wide receiver for you, and that is Jahan Dotson out of Penn State. Coming out as a senior, he is 5'11", 184 pounds. So not the size that you really want for a wide receiver, but he does some very impressive things, and he can produce maybe some of the best production out of any wide receivers in this class. 91 receptions, 1,182 yards, 12 touchdowns, and added another on the ground. 4-star recruit out of high school. His dominator rating. What is a dominator rating? Essentially, that is the percentage of his team's reception yards and reception touchdowns was 40.92. My guy accounted for over 40% of his team's production through the air, which is insane. That is dominating numbers. But Aki, where do you sit on Jahan Dotson? Are you excited about this prospect? Do you think he's overrated? Are you worried about the size? Tell us.
Yeah, look, Jahan Dotson is probably my favorite dark horse of this team. I have 2 dark horses, which we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, Jahan Dotson is the guy for me. He's a good, perfect slot receiver, a guy that can fit into any offensive team or NFL team offensive team. But yeah, the yards after the catch is incredible. The speed, the footwork, the IQ. I think his route tree is a little bit limited in my personal opinion, but he's a smaller build. He's only 5'11", but I think the guy can come in and contribute. Like Zach said, 40% of the production in college, that's a lot. That's a guy that they trusted, that they committed to, that was like, you know what, we can get the ball to this guy. I think he has everything and more. I just think his size is going to be limiting him when he gets into the NFL because people are going to be a little bit iffy.
I actually think he has a good route tree. We might see that differently. I think he's a high IQ player. You know, he might need to work on some of that route tree and the technical side of it, but I do think he ran good routes.
When I was watching, I saw a lot of go routes and a lot of quick slants. I mean, you probably saw 1 or 2 other plays. Obviously, this is tape, so this is all very we can only see so much, and I think he could have a better route tree. I don't think he has the best.
No, he definitely doesn't have the best. One thing that he didn't mention that stood out to me, while he's undersized, the contested catch ability was incredible. Yeah. He made some one-handed catch that just your jaw was on the floor. I mean, he's got very, very good hands. I agree the speed is good. It's just under that elite category.
Yeah.
But yeah, something I noticed, he does struggle versus press coverage, and the size could be an issue if cornerbacks are going to line up right against him on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I think
it'll be interesting to see if he can get off the line.
Yeah, that's where the speed helps him. Even he may struggle because he's a smaller guy, but once he gets past him, he has the opportunity. He's open. He could be that guy.
Yeah. Look, I think Jahan's ideal fit is he goes to a team that's already good offensively and he becomes the low-key X factor for their team, that guy who can break it on any play. Let's talk about who he could be in the NFL. For me, that is Tyler Lockett. Yeah. I think that's who he could be in the NFL. A Tyler Lockett, maybe a Deontay Johnson type. I've heard people say that before. Is there anyone in particular that stands out for you, or are those the guys?
No, I had Tyler Lockett. Another guy from last year is Amon-Ra St. Brown. I saw I just saw a glimpse of that. Yeah. I liked. I
think he can be a complementary wide receiver that really helps an offense out. I don't want him to be the one on my team necessarily, but I really do think he can contribute that way, just like a Tyler Lockett does for Russell Wilson.
Exactly.
Hey, break a couple plays each game for me. What's your ideal fit in the NFL? Team fit?
Yeah, I thought of the Colts. That was my favorite guy, my favorite one. Obviously, they have Michael Pittman. You have, Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. He can be the guy that plays in the slot, a little small, shifty guy that can go kind of everywhere on the field. A guy that can contribute because this offense is high producing now.
Yeah. My team fit, I can see the Colts. My ideal team fit is the Jaguars. I know he's not a big body wide receiver, but we have seen his ability to be a reliable target for an offense. And I think that's just what Trevor Lawrence needs. If the Jags are not willing to spend up big early in the draft on a wide receiver, then go get Jahan Dotson a little bit later in the draft. And he can be someone that you don't have in Jacksonville. You don't have someone that you can really rely on.
Right.
Laviska's out here dropping every single pass. Marvin Jones, DJ Chark is dead.
Yeah, he actually.
Other teams that I think he could fit really well on is Browns and Chiefs. Do you have any other teams?
Yeah, I like Chiefs. I had Chiefs, Falcons. I also like the Eagles. He can be another guy. I know, you're not in love with Jalen Hurts, but I like the idea of the Eagles there as well.
All right, he's my wide receiver 6 in this class. Your wide receiver
5.
Okay, and I imagine he's probably going mid-second round of rookie mock drafts. Yep. Obviously, his draft capital is really going to determine that. But I think that's where his value is going to be this year.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.